Sometimes discussing certain topics these days feel like sitting in a traffic jam. It simply doesn't move forward. People keep going in cycles but never reach a conclusion. When this happens, it's usually because we do not have clear definitions and terms for the words that we are dealing with. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 words that are going to help you get out of these deadlock situations and help your conversations move forward and move towards a mutual agreement, a solution, a conclusion. If you like upgrading your communication skills with little things like this from time to time, then do subscribe to this channel and let's get going. Number 1, semantics. Semantics are the way you define words. And a lot of times, people are stuck in a conversation and a debate without first defining the words properly. Have you ever seen a legal document? You will see they will always start with defining the most obvious words. Tenant, what is a tenant? A tenant is this, a landlord is this, and then they will get into the nitty-gritties of the agreement. So if the lawyers are doing this, it's safe to say that is the place we have to start. Are you defining your words properly? I mean, look at the abortion debate. One side is calling it a clump of cells. Another person is calling it a full-fledged life. Essentially, they're talking about the exact same thing, but just because they don't agree on the definition, they will never agree on the outcome. So how do you know that there is a problem of semantics in a conversation? One of the ways of knowing it is to see whether the meaning of the term has changed over time and people are stuck in different time zones while defining that word. In order to move the conversation forward, you both have to admit that the word has not been defined properly, or at least not defined mutually. Once you are ready to define the word mutually, only then can the conversation move forward. Another very common discussion where a semantics issue can be seen is in the Indian subcontinent while talking about the caste system. Now, some people will say there is no caste system, and some people will say there is caste system, and some will say it's not the caste system, it's the Varna system. Some people will say it's a social issue, some people will say it's a religious issue. The discussion doesn't really move forward because we've not been able to decide what it is that we're talking about. There is a semantics issue here. So you see, the problem here is not even of discrimination. The problem here is of how you define that discrimination, and people are not agreeing over that definition. Number 2, pigeonholing. You know how pigeons fit into little holes? Now, when you express your opinion, sometimes people will start putting you in little boxes. You have one opinion and you suddenly start representing the entire left wing, or you say something and you start representing the entire gamut of right wing opinions, sometimes even the extreme opinions. If you really want to have a conversation with the other side, because that is the pillar of democracy, to be able to debate, to be able to hold opposite ideas, then you have to let go of this urge to constantly label and box people into certain categories. The goal is not for you to identify what kind of a person that person is. The goal is to find the fault in the person's argument. So one day there was a discussion on whether women should get leaves for their periods. Then I asked, why will then a small business want to hire a female employee, because now they have to guarantee them certain leaves, which they don't have to if they are hiring a male candidate. And the instant reply that came was, you're coming from a place of privilege. As if I'm not a woman, as if I don't have to work those 2 days as well. It's very easy to label a person privileged, but that does not really answer the question. Pigeonholing is very easy to detect because people will instantly call you names without giving you the answer. Then the way to handle that will be, well, what you're doing here is pigeonholing. The conversation is getting switched to my background or who I am, and not the question I raised. Number 3, moving the goalpost. Sometimes conversation will keep going in circles because the moment you answer one thing, the other person will move the conversation to another thing. This is called moving the goalpost. A husband and a wife will have a fight, and the husband will say, okay, but I've done this. And the wife will say, you've done this, but you didn't do that, and switch the goalpost. And vice versa, it happens both ways. That is moving the goalpost. The problem with not addressing the real issue is that it keeps coming back. There's no getting rid of it. It's like a weed. So weed out these faulty logics from your life with the help of these simple, smart words. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please do like and subscribe to this channel. It's a brand new channel, and every new subscriber means so much to me. So thank you for the support. And I really hope that next time you're in the middle of a conversation where things are not going anywhere, you're able to apply one of these ideas to finally understand the problem where the conversation is getting stuck and then unstuck it.